Welcome back to the Saturday Night Lights podcast with your host, Alec Pequignot, co-host Bradley Walker, and our special guest, Robbie Culleton. We have a loaded show today. Week 1 breakdowns, previews, game picks, and a lot in store. We are going to hop right into it and not waste any time. Where would y'all like to start? Game previews?
Sure.
Okay, let's see. Oh, wait. I can just do this. Share screen. Right there. Okay, so the first game preview. Bradley, you're going to be at this first game.
Looking forward to it.
South Florida and Boise State. What are your... And all three of us are going to give our keys to the game. Bradley, since you're going to be at the game in person, you could give your keys to the game for USF first.
One thing, the thing that USF has had trouble with the last few years is they got to get off the field. They can't let Boise State sustain long drives. It's hot in Florida. It's going to wear them down by the end of the fourth quarter. They got to get off the field, get the ball back in Byron Brown's hands in that offense, let them score points and put pressure on Boise State. That's one. Obviously, you got to keep Byron Brown upright, no injuries there, and then win on special teams. You have Nico Gramatica. He's a great field goal kicker. Win on special teams.
Robbie, what would your keys to the game for USF be?
So I want to see how USF's defense plays in that game, because we know that Ashton Gentry's not at Boise State anymore. So where is Maddox Madden going to throw the ball? How good are USF's corners going to play? Can Byron Brown attack the Boise State defense? I think those would be them.
I'm gonna agree with all your guys' what y'all just said the past maybe 2 minutes, and I'm also gonna add limit. I know Genty's not at Boise State anymore, but Maddox Madsen is more than capable of taking off in the pocket and running, and I think you need to have somebody guy on the defense for USF stay back and spy the quarterback to make sure he doesn't take off and run. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be giving our game picks later on. ECU and North Carolina State. What are the keys to the game for both teams? Again, Bradley, I'll start with you.
East Carolina, I think, might be one of the dark horses in the American this year. They're a defensive team. They're going to get tested right off the bat, and they're on the road, in Raleigh. I think for East Carolina, make sure again keep minimize the big plays from the Wolf Pack, and keep everything in front of you. And for NC State, I think. One of the keys I think to every game is whoever wins the turnover battle usually wins the game. So I would say whoever wins the turnover battle there, it should be a good football game, being that they're both from it's going to be a good football game with the American against the ACC.
Yeah, well, and NC State's looking for revenge. This was a bowl game matchup last year, and East Carolina beat NC State. So NC State's going to be looking for a little bit of
revenge.
Payback. Go ahead with your keys to the game, Robbie. Whether it be NC State or East Carolina.
NC State just needs to create more big plays. I think that's kind of how they're going to end up winning the game. I think big plays in that game are going to be the key to success for either team.
What I agree with both of you, what you said. I've noticed the first two games that we've done previews for, I had a video earlier where I had both East Carolina and USF on the point spread, and it was 6.5 for USF and it was 14 for East Carolina. And I noticed now that it's bumped down to 5.5 in favor of Boise State and 13.5 in favor of North Carolina State. Out of the three of us, does anybody think that the people that bet on these games are maybe thinking that there might be a couple upsets here?
I think it's going to be upset Saturday.
Bradley?
Yeah, I honestly, I think Vegas puts these numbers out early on, and then as the games get closer and as they go through camp and we figure out what kind of teams each team is going to have, everything changes. And I also think, too, that when you have a lot of people bet one way, you'll get a lot of people bet the other way to kind of get everything more evened out. But, yeah, I mean, they could think that, East Carolina and USF could pull off an upset win in week one of the college football season. Like anything can happen. So
obviously UAB, Alabama State, we would do game preview for that, but I think all three of us know UAB should win. They should win. If they don't, Dilfer is probably
he should be out already. He should be out already, but yeah, he definitely.
Same with Tarleton State, and Tarleton State might give Army a little bit of a game, but I don't think it's gonna be close.
Not at West Point.
Now, this is an interesting game. App State and Charlotte, the Duke's Mayo Classic in Charlotte at Bank of America Stadium. Why don't we give our keys to the game for App State to avoid the upset?
To avoid the upset, well, they're the favorite, so that means everyone's betting on them to win over the 49ers. They've been one of those teams who I think in the past people have overlooked. Michigan for one of them, that overlooked them at one time. And
that's what put them on the map.
And maybe this is a team, and this would be whoever wins this football game. It's going to be a big win for them to start their respective seasons. Charlotte, obviously, just like I was mentioned earlier with East Carolina, another team that doesn't get a lot of hype, but could be right there in the thick of it in the end of the season when it comes to the American.
Robbie, what are your keys to the game for App State?
So, the Duke's Mayo Bowl, where's that going to be played at? Is that in?
That's in the Duke's Mayo Classic. It's in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Basically, Charlotte's the home team.
Yes.
Okay. So, I think for App State to win, I would say it's probably going to be about 80-20 for Charlotte fans. So, how is App State going to ignore all the Charlotte fans' noise? How are they going to protect the ball? And they just got to play their game.
I agree with everything y'all are saying. I feel like it's going to be a 50-50 split because Boone is not, I think Boone's like 3 or 4 hours away from Charlotte. So you're going to have just as much Charlotte fans there as you are App State because App State is in the state of North Carolina. Maryland FAU. Maryland is somehow the favorite, which I don't understand why. What are your keys to the game for Florida Atlantic to pull the upset?
Well, the first thing they did well is they got rid of Tom Herman, so that's the good thing that they did down at FAU. They had a little bit of a argument with USF last year. No, I think Maryland. I honestly think that they're in over their heads in the Big Ten. I think that they never. I mean, obviously we know they went over there for money. Obviously, we know that's the reason that they're in the Big Ten now. But they're just way over their heads. Now, how does FAU win? Well, they're on the road. Maryland it's early on in the season, and if you can pull some, surprise plays out that Maryland's not ready for, why not? Why can't the Owls win?
I'll go next. I would say the same thing. And it's Zach Kitley's first game as head coach. And he's an offensive-minded head coach. He came from Texas Tech, so you would imagine that he has the playbook that he had at Texas Tech now at FAU. And I would bet there's some plays in there that they can pull out. Robbie, what are your keys to the game for FAU to pull the upset?
So, question: who's the FAU new starting quarterback?
I don't know if they've named one yet, and that's a segment we have later on too. Bradley, would you mind looking that up?
Sure, hang on just a second, guys. Let me see. You're asking who's Florida Atlantic starting quarterback?
Yes, because I believe Maryland's is the UCLA transfer, Justin Martin. I believe. Tulane's another one that we don't know who their starting quarterback is because they got Retzloff from BYU.
Caden Veldkamp? I don't know. They've got 4 listed down. Caden Veldkamp, Carson Culver, Kason Wiseman, and Jordan Magwood are the 4 that they have listed down.
Okay.
I would imagine it's probably the first one you said, Veldkamp.
Veldkamp, okay.
Yeah, I would imagine they're probably going to name him the starter unless they want to go with in the first couple games with like a rotation. I know there is one team that's doing that, and it's Missouri.
Right.
Of all the teams we talk about.
Right.
I don't want to talk about Missouri.
Yeah, look, Bradley's had a bad experience picking Missouri to win the SEC.
I did last year, and they burned me, so not very happy.
Well, they had
Yeah.
they had the talent last year, but they just didn't prove anybody right.
Anyway, back to what would you say their keys to the game are?
I just want to see how FAU is going to run their new offense. I want to see how they're going to move the ball against a Big Ten team. I think their offense, because you said the coach came from Texas Tech, so he's going to be an offense.
He was the offensive coordinator at Texas Tech last year.
Right. So I would assume that he has probably some rumbles up his sleeves a little bit. I just want to say, I think the game could be competitive. But yeah, I want to see how FAU moves the ball.
Tulane and Northwestern, what are your keys to the game for? I hate to say this, but for Northwestern to pull the upset because the spread's only 4.5 in favor of Tulane. Bradley or Robbie?
Go ahead, Robbie.
Here's my question: can Northwestern pull off the upset?
I think they can if they play clean football.
Right.
If they're not sloppy and they don't turn the ball over, don't have a lot of penalties. Because I would say this is a make or break season for David Braun as the head coach at Northwestern.
It sure is.
Because in his first year, they got lucky and won, I think, 6 or 7 games. And then last year, they had a bad year, but not as bad of a year as a team we'll talk about later that's in the same conference that it has a new head coach now. And my other question is, who is Tulane's starting quarterback? Is it Retzloff or is it somebody that was already on the roster?
Do they have someone transfer there?
Yeah, Jake Retzloff from BYU.
I would assume, but at that point that he would be the starting quarterback. And I think Tulane's been around the American Championship the last few seasons, right around
They
that.
have John Summerall. I would say that's one of the best hires that was made because they lost Willie Fritz to Houston. Let's get into our next segment. We will be back with more game picks in a little bit. Give us the transfer quarterbacks, and we're going to rank them meh, intrigued, hyped, all in.
Well, I got 27 of them. So
Okay.
I can start either at the top of the list or I can start at the bottom and we can work our way up.
Bottom. And all three of us are going to give.
So the first one I have is Preston Stone from SMU to Northwestern. You're just talking about Northwestern too.
Meh. And here's why. If he was as good as people think he is, he would still be at SMU and he would be starting. He wouldn't have had to jump in the portal and go to Northwestern. And I'm sorry to say this, Northwestern is a step down from SMU. I understand it's the Big Ten, but it is a big-time step down.
So what are our options again?
Meh, intrigued, hyped, all in.
I'm going to say intrigued. I'm going to go a step up. You've got to remember SMU is an ACC school. I'm going to go intrigued.
Okay. What about you, Bradley?
I'm when you leave a team who may win the ACC this year to a team that's probably maybe middle of the pack in the Big Ten, yeah, that's a step down. So.
Next one.
Billy Edwards. He was from Maryland to Wisconsin.
I'll let you go first with this one.
I'm intrigued. With that one.
Okay. What's your explanation of why you're intrigued?
Well, you go from a team that is in a lot of shambles in Maryland to a team that Wisconsin, who's always been well known in the Big Ten, surprises teams from time to time at games. So why would you not want to go try to be? And who's the head coach at Wisconsin now? Used to be at
Luke Fickell.
Luke Fickell used to be at Cincinnati. Yeah. So
which he's on the we'll talk about that later. Coach is on the hot seat, but I'm gonna say intrigued too, because we didn't really get to see him at Maryland. And I feel like he's got a better opportunity now that he's at Wisconsin. And I have to say something about this. I was looking at the money line for Wisconsin and Miami of Ohio. I guess there's a lot of people that are out on Wisconsin because when it first came out last week, it was like plus 950, and now it's all the way down to plus 620. So just throwing it out there. I don't know if that really means anything, that people think maybe Wisconsin might lose. But back to Billy Edwards, like I said, I'm intrigued. That's really all I can say is I'm intrigued.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
We didn't get to see Billy Edwards too much last year. And I keep hearing negative things about Wisconsin's season this year. So I don't know if I can trust him all that much.
Okay. Next name on the chopping block.
Zach Calzada from A&M to Kentucky.
Oh, boy.
I would like to say I'm intrigued, but we've seen this movie before with Calzada when his first couple years at the FBS level, he was decent, but then I think he got kicked off at Texas A&M and had to go the JUCO route, which I give him props for not quitting, but I don't know if it's going to work at Kentucky. And Stoops is on the hot seat, and I put their offense in my top 70 rankings. I put it at number 70. No, number 6. I put it at 69 because I don't know. They don't seem to have a lot of skilled position players, and that might hurt Calzada. Bradley, what about you?
I'm with that one as well. If he got kicked off at A&M, he's going to a Kentucky team that's got a coach that's on the hot seat. That's not a good combination.
Robbie?
You're going to see this game later on in my upset picks. But I am last year to this year, Mark Stoops is definitely on the hot seat, and I think he's going to be out of a job coming out next year.
All right. Next name.
Brendan Sullivan, Iowa to Tulane.
This one I don't know because they also brought in Retzlaff from BYU. So skip for me because I certainly don't know. I don't want to say mad. I don't want to say intrigued because he might not even start. It might be Jake Retzlaff. Unless they want Retzlaff to learn the playbook a little more, then I'm going to say slight bit intriguing. But if he couldn't start at Iowa, why does he think he's going to start at Tulane?
Exactly.
Bradley, what about you?
I feel the same way, bud. When you transfer to a school and there's another quarterback that they brought in on a transfer, it's hard to know if the kid's going to get a chance to start. So, yeah, I'm slightly intrigued.
I'm a nah because I don't know how much experience this quarterback has. And again, I don't know if he's going to be able to start.
Okay. Who is the next one?
Steve Angelini from Notre Dame to Syracuse.
Oh, boy.
All in.
Really?
Yes, and here's why. I understand he didn't start at Notre Dame last year. That's because he was behind Riley Leonard and he was behind Kenny Minchie. I like this move. Look what Fran Brown did with Kyle McCord. Kyle McCord ended up getting drafted. I think, and Angeli, I think, has 2 more years of eligibility, I believe. Fran Brown could easily turn Steve Angeli into a draftable quarterback. Bradley?
What is under all in?
Hyped.
I would say hyped. Because if he's transferring from Notre Dame, who was in the championship game a year ago, to Syracuse, like you said, I think he transferred there because of coaching, and I think he knows that he has an opportunity to start and make himself a maybe possible NFL quarterback.
Yeah, because he wasn't going to start at Notre Dame this year because CJ Carr's been named the starter. And CJ Carr's a freshman.
Are you really ready?
Who is the next one?
I have not made my pick yet, sir.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna go intrigued, and there's a reason why I'm not going higher than that. Syracuse lost all their talented receivers last year to either the NFL or graduation or the portal. Where is Angeli going to throw the ball? That's my only concern.
True. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. Who is the next QB?
That would be Atheon Kilamanis, if I'm pronouncing that last name correctly.
Ethan Kaliak McManus.
From Minnesota to Rutgers is where he transferred to.
I'll let somebody go. I'll let somebody else take this one first. Bradley or Robbie, go ahead.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
I'm not intrigued.
Okay. I'm gonna say all out on him. I understand that the reason Kaliak McManus chose Rutgers is I guess his offense coordinator went there. But watch, we're gonna be all three of us are gonna be wrong. There's one thing, Robbie, that me and Bradley have learned in college football. It is, and I think Bradley knows the words that are about to come out of my mouth. Never pick against
Mike Gundy.
Is Mike Gundy the new coach over at Rutgers right now?
No. But who is the next quarterback?
Chandler Morris. He went from TCU to Virginia.
Intrigued.
Go first.
Go ahead.
You're going to see this game on my upset picks as well. I like Virginia's offense. I just don't know if they have enough.
So what are you picking then?
I'm going to go intrigued.
Okay. Bradley?
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I want to see how he does at Virginia with the Cavaliers.
And the thing is, Tony Elliott's another coach that we talk about being on the hot seat.
All right.
I'm also intrigued because Virginia's offense can't be any worse than it was last year. Just ask Virginia fans how their offense was last year. They'll be upfront and frank with you, but next one
is Gio Lopez from South Alabama to North Carolina.
All in. I looked at his stats before we came on from last year. He had a really good year at South Alabama. And I think he's going to do good in the Belichick. I still can't believe I'm saying this. In the Belichick system. Still just feels weird saying that.
I'm definitely all in as well.
Robbie?
I'm all in.
Next one
will be Mark Gronkowski from South Dakota to Iowa.
Gronowski.
Yep.
Hyped. People need to understand South Dakota's FCS. Yes, there is some good FCS teams like North Dakota State, North Dakota. I know I'm missing a few, but like I said, I'm hyped. It's just Iowa's offense going to be better than it was last year. Robbie?
I'm intrigued because here's my issue with Iowa. Ever since Kirk Ferentz has been there, they have been a run-the-ball team. They have not thrown the ball all that much. Is that going to be the same? Is that going to be the same?
I don't know. Bradley?
Yeah. That's a good question. I know we've talked about Coach Ferentz a lot on the show. I think he will walk off the field when he's ready to walk off the field at Iowa. I don't think he anytime soon. The guy can have a bad year, and they bring him back, and then he has a good year, and then they keep winning 6 games a year. And Iowa is the gnat in the Big Ten that you just kick it away, and it comes back at you. You kick it away again. They don't go away. The Hawkeyes just don't go away.
Nope.
No, I think he will do well. Again, Robbie's right. We'll have to wait and see if they focus on the run more, or do they open up the playbook a little bit and air it out. So
I think they're going to open it a little more because the last couple of years they haven't had a quarterback they could trust to throw. Next one.
The next one would be Devin Brown from Ohio State to Cal.
I hate to do this. I'm an Ohio State fan. But Devin Brown, what are you doing? You lost the starting quarterback battle to a true freshman. To a 4-star true freshman. So I'm going to say meh. It's a meh for me. For all we know, he could hop back into portal at the end of the season and go somewhere else.
I agree. I'm the same. Same with me.
I'm intrigued.
Even though he's not the starter?
He got some playing time last year. I'm intrigued.
Okay. Next one.
Is Ashton Daniels from Stanford to Auburn.
What? First of all, before I give my thing, what is Auburn doing? So they go out and get Ashton Daniels. Then they get Jackson Arnold. Why do you need 2 transfer quarterbacks? I'm meh on this one. And because Ashton Daniels, he could be starting at Stanford right now. I don't know why he left. Because Stanford's got no quarterback, and we saw how horrible they were this past weekend against. Who did they? I forgot who
Hawaii.
Who was going to say they played Hawaii?
No, they play Hawaii this week. I think.
Did Stanford play last week? Let's see. No, they lost to Hawaii 23-20. They played BYU this week in Provo.
That's
in Provo.
Wacky. That's weird. Because I was looking this morning and it says they play Hawaii.
Yep, they played Hawaii on this past Saturday. They lost 23-20 to the Warriors.
Okay, so
all right, odd my take on this. Why did this quarterback transfer from Stanford when Andrew Luck is somewhat in charge right now?
It's very true.
Yeah, it is very true.
So I'm an
okay, next one.
Next one is Anthony Colandrea from Virginia to UNLV.
Meh.
You've got 2 quarterbacks over at UNLV right now. You've got Calandra, and you've also got the Michigan transfer.
Jaden Daigle, who's the starter.
You also got the Michigan transfer over there.
What's his name? I know who you're talking about.
His last name starts with U.
Orgy.
Yes, Alex Orgy. I'm gonna go now because you got too many transfer quarterbacks over there, and Dan Mullen's gonna have to make a decision at some point.
Bradley knows all about Dan Mullen.
Yep. he can win, but he can't recruit. So good luck with UNLV with that. So I'm leaving it at that. So
okay. And then we could cut the other half of these up after game picks.
Cool. Okay.
So let's get into game picks right now. And then we can do upset picks and all of that after.
Cool.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're going to start with the game that Bradley's going to be at, South Florida and Boise State. Bradley, who are you taking?
Hi, Robbie.
I'm taking USF. I think it's going to be an upset. I think it's going to come down to a field goal or a close play at the end. I think that they're going to be able to control Boise State offense for just enough for Byron Brown and that offense to spread it out. Boise State's defense gives up a lot of yards. So if they can, not turn the ball over, not make mistakes, I think USF can win the game.
Robbie, who are you picking? She's still there.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that. I'm going to go with USF on this one over Boise State, just because I don't know how Boise State is going to replace Ashton Gentry.
I think we're all going USF across the board. I'm also going USF. Like Bradley said, I think it's going to come down to the last play of the game. Maybe a Hail Mary. East Carolina, North Carolina State.
Give me the Pirates.
Robbie, give me the Pirates too.
I'm going to take the Wolfpack.
Okay. I think we're all three going to take UAB. Same with Army. App State and Charlotte. This was one of the games we previewed. I'm gonna go App State.
Question: are these all American Athletic games?
So the way we do our picks is we go conference by conference.
Got it.
So I took Charlotte. I took App State. Who are you taking, Robbie?
I'm going to take App State as well.
You have to drink this.
I'm going to take the 49ers. I'm going to take Charlotte. I'm going to take the American team.
Okay. Maryland FAU.
Give me
Bradley
the
and Robbie. So Bradley took the Owls. Robbie?
I'm going to take the Terrapins.
I'm also going to go FAU, and I think we talked about it in the preview. I think FAU, I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but I do think FAU is going to score more points than Maryland. Tulane Northwestern.
Give me the Green Wave.
Okay. I'm also taking Tulane. Robbie?
I'm taking Tulane.
So Tulane across the board. Navy VMI.
Midshipman. Midshipman.
Ugh. The sleepwalk game of the week.
Give me the Minutemen in an upset.
Give me UMass, who's now back in the MAC for some off-the-wall reason. Robbie?
Give me UMass.
Memphis and Chattanooga. Texas A&M UTSA.
I'm gonna give me the Aggies. That's one of my spread picks, but give me the Aggies.
Give me the Aggies. Robbie?
Aggies.
Okay. Rice in Louisiana.
Give me the Raging Cajuns.
Give me the Raging Cajuns as well.
Raging Cajuns across the board.
I've been told to never pick food.
They're also the Owls at Rays too. So there you go.
Yep. Okay, so I think And we're not going to pick those last two games because I think we know who's going to win, or at least who should
North
win.
Texas. Yeah, North Texas. Yeah, and Tulsa. The Golden
That was the
Hurricane.
American ACC. Oh yeah, Stanford did play Hawaii, so I'm going to need to go into my thing I did earlier and tell people that we did that one. Elon Duke, Wake Forest, Kennesaw State.
Give me the
Demon
Demon.
Dickens.
Yep.
Give me Wake Forest as well. Georgia Tech, Colorado.
Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets.
Haynes King Hype Train. Give me the Yellow Jackets.
Okay, so I know who Robbie's picking in this next game. Syracuse, Tennessee.
GBO. Go Big Orange.
Pains me to say this, but I gotta go with the Volunteers. It pains me to say that. Those words.
Robbie, just to warn you, he's a Gator fan.
And I
As you
hate
can
Tennessee.
tell.
I know he is. I know he is.
Hate Tennessee with a passion.
I'm also going Tennessee. Duquesne, Fordham, Boston College, Louisville, Eastern Kentucky, Alabama, Florida State.
I want to see Thomas Castellanos and see how he plays in that game because he's been talking a lot of trash about that Alabama game.
Yes, he has.
So,
and
I'm going to take the risk here and go with the Seminoles.
I'd love to go Florida State, but I just think Castellanos has run his mouth too much, and he's put a lot of fire into Alabama, and it's not going to end well for Florida State. I'm taking Alabama. Give me the Roll Tide.
I'm right there with you. Roll Tide. Yes, that's, yeah.
UVA and Coastal Carolina.
Chanticleers.
That's my upset pick, Chanticleers.
The game of the week, other than Ohio State and Texas, LSU Clemson from Death Valley.
Give me the real Death Valley. Go Tigers. LSU.
Here's the point I'm going to make about this game. Brian Kelly struggles in week one football games. He really does. He's lost to FSU the last 2 years. He's lost to USC the last year. I'm going to go LSU over Clemson. I really am. But I think it's going to be awfully close.
Okay. I'm going with Go Tigers. That was my best impression of old LSU head coach Ed Ogeron.
Ed Ogeron. Coach O.
Coach O. Go Tigers. Give me LSU to beat Clemson. Oh, hey Bradley, here's our old friend again, East Texas A&M. Sorry, but you're not beating SMU.
Nope.
Cal and Oregon State. It's in Corvallis.
I'm going to go with the Cal Bears.
He's going Cal.
Oregon State.
Give me the Bears.
Virginia Tech, South Carolina.
Lenore Sellers Heisman moment. Lenore Sellers Heisman moment.
Okay.
Go Cox.
Bradley?
I'm an SEC bias. I got to go South Carolina. Got to go South Carolina.
Give me 2 seconds.
La Tech. Enter Sandman.
Go Hokies. Give me Virginia Tech. Notre Dame, Miami.
I'm gonna go with the Hurricanes.
Hey Bradley, how many times have we talked about Miami on the show?
Many times. This is the old convicts versus the Catholics rivalry back in the 80s. Give me the Irish.
You know how I feel about Carson Beck. Give me CJ Carr and Notre Dame. Billy Boy. Bill Belichick. First game as head coach. Who are y'all taking?
Tar Heels.
UNC.
Yeah, they get across the board. Coach Bill.
It's Billy Boy. The Big 12 now.
That's a good game in Ireland.
It was, even though it was sloppy. Jacksonville State, UCF.
Who's the UCS starting quarterback?
That's a good question. I don't exactly know.
Hang on, let me see if it will let me know who the starting quarterback is for that. Cam Fancher?
Yes.
Yes, he's a starting quarterback for UCF.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Knights.
I'm also going UCF, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's another painful one to sputter out. Yeah, UCF.
Hold up. Am I seeing this right? There's actually a spread and a total for UT Martin and Oklahoma State.
Yes, there is.
Why?
That's a good question.
Don't get me wrong. UT Martin's no pushover in the FCS, but I think all three of us know what not to do here.
Uh-huh.
I am not betting against Mike Gundy.
Nope, either am I.
Go
Another
Oklahoma State.
Houston and why? Why is there even a spread for Houston and Stephen F. Austin?
Go Cougars.
Go Cougs. Connor Wegman's the starter at Houston, so Nebraska, Cincinnati. Now, before we make our pick here, I was telling Robbie before, and I think I told you, Bradley, that I was watching something on TikTok this morning, and there was a guy he's like, oh, Cincinnati's a dark horse in the Big 12.
Can I get what he's smoking? Because I don't see where that's. Yeah, no, I don't.
I don't either. Give me the Huskers.
Cornhuskers and doing Loyola.
I'll take Nebraska across the board.
Wagner, Auburn, Baylor. This is going to be a good game.
I'm going with the Bears.
Baylor.
Yeah,
well.
make it across the board. Yep.
Okay. Oh no, BYU plays Portland State, not Hawaii. Hawaii plays Arizona. Hawaii and Arizona.
Where's North Korea going to throw the ball to?
True.
I'm going Wildcats. I'm going to go Wildcats.
Bradley, go ahead.
I'm going to take Hawaii.
I am too. I like their new quarterback. He was impressed. Michael Alejandro was impressive last week. And I'm going to spoil something. I have my rankings coming out Thursday for the group of 5 and my normal rankings, and I have Hawaii ranked. That's how much I believe in Timmy Chang and Micah Alejandro. Utah, UCLA.
Give him the Utes.
Give me the Utes.
Yep, I'll go Utah across the board.
Let's see here. Big Ten. Big Ten. Oh, hey, Bradley. It's your favorite hard candy.
Should be a hard getting out of university, but
Yeah.
and probably the worst Buccaneers head coach in history.
Yes, absolutely. So are you taking Ohio or are you taking Rutgers?
No, I'll take the Scarlet Knights.
Give me the
Scarlet
hard
Knights.
candy. Give me the hard candy. Buffalo and Minnesota.
Row the boat.
Row the boat. Give me PJ Fleck.
Gophers.
Nebraska, Cincinnati, we already did. Miami, Ohio, Wisconsin.
Give me the Red Hawks in an upset in Madison.
Give me the Red Hawks, too, in an upset. I don't trust Billy Edwards. I think it's going to be another down year for Wisconsin. And I think, unfortunately, Wisconsin fans, you're going to be looking for a new head coach at the end of the year.
Badgers. And a close one.
Okay? Western Michigan and Michigan State.
Give me the little brother. Give me the Spartans.
Give me Big Brother. Give me Michigan State.
Give me Western Michigan.
Ooh, okay. Weber's. We know who's going to win that. Ohio State, Texas. So let me get this straight. So the spread was at 3. Now it was at 3. Then it went down to 2.5. Now it's back. Then it went back to 3. Now it's down to 2.5 again.
Give me the Buckeyes by 2 touchdowns.
Give me Ohio State as well, but I think it's going to be close. And I'm sick of people saying Texas is going to go into Columbus and beat Ohio State by 40.
I'm going upset here. So this is my upset pick. I'm taking the Longhorns and Arch Manning. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a close football game.
Yeah, I'm not understanding where people are getting the mantra that Texas is going to go into Columbus and beat Ohio State by 40.
The only way that would happen, Bud, is that if Ohio State makes a bunch of mistakes, which I don't think Ryan Day will let that happen. Not in a big game like that.
Ball State, Purdue.
Boilermakers.
Boilermakers. Barry Odom's first game, he's going to get his first win.
Yep.
Indiana, Old Dominion.
Hoosiers.
Nevada, Penn State. And I'm going to say something before we do our pick. Again, why is Penn State favored by 44? Why? Any chance they lose?
Nittany Lions.
Yeah, they're at home.
You never know. They could. I'm going to say Penn State, but there's a very small chance they could lay an egg here. Oh, again, so give me Oregon, but please explain to me why there's a spread and a total on this game.
But I'm going to go Oregon, but it's going to be close.
They've had enough people bet on the game to have the spread in the total.
Okay. I'm also going Oregon. I don't think it's going to be particularly close. I think Dante Moore goes off. Albany, Albany, and Iowa. Iowa's favored by 38.5.
Give me the pest that won't go away, the Hawkeyes.
Give me the Hawkeyes. Robbie?
Hawkeyes.
Michigan and New Mexico.
Go blue.
Robbie?
Wolverines.
I think you're sitting on the.
Reluctantly, I'm going to take Michigan. Missouri, USC.
Missouri State.
Missouri State and USC, correction. Give me the Trojans.
Troy.
Trojans.
Yep.
Utah, UCLA. Washington and Colorado State. Give me Washington.
Huskies.
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 And I think the only one we got left is,
The SEC.
yep, Robbie and Bradley's neck of the woods. hey, Bradley, it's your kryptonite.
Oh, go Tigers. They're not losing to Central Arkansas. Go Mizzou.
If they
Hey,
do, Drinkowitz, if they do, Eli Drinkowitz shouldn't have a job.
Right.
MIZZOU.
That's right.
Tennessee, Syracuse already. Mississippi State, Southern Miss.
Go Eagles.
So I'm supposing you're taking our boy Coach Huff.
Mm-hmm.
Give me
I'm gonna go.
Charles.
I'm gonna go Mississippi State.
Okay. Go ahead and give me Tudor's Biscuits himself, Charles Huff. Kentucky and Toledo.
Wildcats.
I'm going to say this. If Stoops loses this game, he should not be allowed back in the building Monday. Losing to a MAC team, absolutely not.
This is my upset. This is my upset game. I'm gonna go the Toledo.
Okay, I'm going Kentucky as well. Georgia and Marshall. Give me the Dogs.
Yep. Bulldogs.
Okay. Charleston Southern Vanderbilt.
Commodores.
Vandy.
See, Georgia State, Ole Miss.
Rebels.
Rebels.
And that wraps up the game picks. Where are we? Now we can get to our upset picks against the spread, and over/under. And one of y'all two go first with your upset picks.
Go ahead, Robbie.
All right. My first upset pick, I have Toledo upsetting Kentucky.
Okay, I'll give my first one. Baylor to upset Auburn. Sawyer, 2 words, Sawyer Robertson. Who is your first one?
Texas over Ohio State in a tight battle.
Okay. I'll go with my second one. Miami of Ohio to upset Wisconsin. And it looks like Robbie's having some technical issues, maybe. Bradley?
I have East Carolina over NC State.
Robbie, who is your second upset pick?
Sorry, I had to pull up my upsets for a second. I got Southern Miss over Mississippi State.
Okay. My third upset is the game we're going to call the Snooze Fest of the week. UMass to upset Temple. Because we all know how bad Temple is. Who is your third upset, Bradley?
LSU over Clemson.
Robbie?
My third upset is Coastal Carolina over Virginia.
Okay. Now we get to our picks against the spread. And I'm going to start. I've got Virginia Tech plus 7.5 to cover against South Carolina. This feels like a game that I'm not going to say trap game, but it feels like a game that could go either way. And I would feel safe taking taking Virginia Tech here to cover the point spread. Who is your first pick against the spread, Bradley?
I Boise State, South Florida. I'll take USF with the 5.5 plus 5.5.
Robbie, turn your mic on.
Tennessee, 14.5 over against Syracuse.
Okay, my second one is UCLA plus 6 to cover against Utah. Utah's got a new offensive coordinator, new quarterback. I just feel like, and so does UCLA. They've got Nico. But I feel safer taking UCLA here to cover the spread against Utah. Who is your second one, Bradley?
I have Alabama minus the 13.5 over Florida State.
That's a good one.
Who's yours, Robbie?
Ohio State plus 2.5 over to beat Texas.
My last one, and y'all might find this a little obtuse. I've got Hawaii plus 17.5 to cover against Arizona. We talked about it a minute ago. I just like Mike Alejado at Hawaii, and I think Hawaii. I'm not saying they're going to upset. I think they cover the spread. Who was your last pick against the spread, Bradley?
I have UTSA plus 24.5 against Texas A&M.
Robbie?
I've got Mississippi State with the under over Southern Miss.
Okay. Now, speaking of that, let's get to our over-under picks. My first over-under pick is Auburn versus Baylor, over 57.5 points. If you're going to tell me that both these teams aren't going to score more than 30 points, I absolutely think they will. Bradley, who's your first over-under?
I'm going. It's the South Florida Boise State game. I kind of did the spread and the over/under in my 3 games. I'm going to take the over. I think both of the teams can put up a lot of points on offense. I just think we mentioned earlier, I think whoever has the ball last is going to win the football game.
I'm going Georgia and Marshall with the under. Marshall always tends to surprise people.
Okay. My next one is Virginia Tech, South Carolina, and the total is 52 and a hook. And I believe that they're going to go over that. You got Kyron Jones and Lenore Sellers. This has got that. And Bradley, you can tell me whether you agree. This spells shootout.
Well, and you always got to be careful with the hook because there's no half points. I don't know why Vegas has half points, but it's that hook that catches a lot of people. But yes, I agree with you, but I think it could be a shootout when it's all said and done. That football game.
Robbie?
I'm surprised this game is not more of a point spread. I'm going Iowa State plus 14.5 over South Dakota.
You mean I think they're playing North Dakota. And Kansas State is playing South Dakota.
Okay.
So South Dakota and Iowa State. You're going 14.5?
Over.
Okay.
It just seems like it just seems like Iowa State's gonna win by more.
Okay, Bradley?
I have Alabama blowing FSU out. So take the over.
My next one is Jacksonville State UCF. The total is 52.5, 52 and a hook. Again, there's no half points in college football. Why, Vegas? But I don't think either of these. I saw Jacksonville State's first game. It was not pretty. So I like the under, and we just don't know what UCF we're going to get because it's their first game with Scott Frost
Back
as their head coach again.
Are you ready for my last one? I'm going to go Fresno State with the under against Michigan. What is Michigan going to look like?
You mean New
Jerome
Mexico?
Moore? Yeah. What is Michigan going to look like? 34.5 without their head coach is quite a bit tall task. What is
Oh,
Michigan
no.
going to look like?
Jerome Moore, he's suspended for the Central Michigan and Nebraska game. Not the first game of the year. Robbie.
Yeah.
Jerome Moore will be on the sideline. Do you mean you don't know what they're going to look like with a freshman quarterback?
Exactly. Can they win by 34? I don't think so.
Okay. Who's your last one, Bradley?
UTSA, Texas A&M. Take the over. There's going to be a lot of points in College Station. So take the over.
My last one is Coastal Carolina and UVA. 58 and a hook. I don't think there's any way either of these teams score more than. I think this, unfortunately, for both teams, this might be another snooze fest. But give me under 58 and a half. I'm not intrigued at all. And now we're going to wrap up with the rest of the quarterback list.
The next one I have is Ricky Collins transferring from LSU to Syracuse.
Meh. Because he's now behind Steve Angeli.
Yep, I agree. I'll go that route as well. Malachi Singleton from Arkansas to Purdue.
Intrigued.
I agree with both of you. Intrigued. Justin Martin from UCLA to Maryland.
Intrigued.
Nah.
Yeah, intrigued.
He's in a better system in Maryland, and Mike Loxley's on the hot seat, so they have to win games.
The next one is Darian Mensah from Tulane to Duke.
Hi, all in. I like this move for Mensah. It could help him get drafted.
I agree.
Duke has always had a good team. I'm all in.
Well, and I've said this on the last couple shows, and Bradley can back me up. I was wrong on Manny Diaz. I didn't think he was going to be a good head coach at Duke. I was wrong. And I hate to admit when I'm wrong about something, but
he should still be at Miami.
He should be.
Where's Diaz now?
Duke. He's the head coach of Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Blue Devils.
Next one
is Matthew Skula, UNLV to James Madison.
Sluka?
Yeah.
Hyped.
I'm definitely
uninspiring now. I'm gonna say hyped but uninspired because he took the bag and ran from UNLV last year when they were undefeated to start the year. I feel like that's wrong. All over being lied to about how much money he was going to get paid by UNLV. But that's hearsay now. Hyped, but here's the next one.
Devin Dampier from New Mexico to Utah.
All in. He followed his offensive coordinator to Utah. I think he might be a sleeper dark horse for Heisman.
I'm gonna add into that. I think Utah wins the Big 12 because of Devin Dampier. I'm going all in.
Yep, okay. I'll agree with you too. Yep, I'll agree with you too.
Next one.
Thomas Castellanos, Boston College to FSU.
Meh. You lost the start, and let me say this: you lost the starting job to Grayson James. That's when you know it's bad. You lose the job to a guy that lost the job at FIU the year before.
I'm going hyped, and I'm going to tell you why. Do you remember who the offensive coordinator right now is at FSU?
Oh boy. Yep.
Gus,
Unfortunately,
Gus Bus. And where did Castanello start his career? UCF with Gus Bus. That being
oh yeah,
said,
yeah. I forgot about that.
that being said, I am hyped.
Bradley.
I'm intrigued. I want to see how he does at FSU.
Problem the issue with Castellanos, and people have said it all throughout the offseason, is he can't throw he can't hit the bright side of the barn. He's a great runner, but he can't throw. Next one.
Malachi Murphy from Duke to Oregon.
State, I think.
Did I get
Right?
that one wrong? I got that one wrong? Could be good. Yeah, you might be right. Oregon State. Then I got that.
Yeah,
wrong.
because Dante Moore is starting at Oregon.
Okay.
I like this move for Malik Murphy a lot. And I can see Oregon State making some noise and potentially being in the playoff.
I agree.
I like Malik Murphy. I'm going to go intrigued.
Okay, next one.
Jackson Arnold, Oklahoma to Auburn.
All in.
Hype.
He knew that he was probably not going to start at Oklahoma. So he jumped in the portal and he saw an opportunity to go to Auburn. I think him and Cam Coleman are going to make a really good pairing in Auburn, Alabama.
Hyped.
Okay.
Hype too. I want to see what he does at Auburn. They got them all. They got the Tigers all posed to win the SEC. So let's see what they can do.
Couple more, and then we'll do our coach hot seat. Coach's hot seat.
All right, so we'll do two more, and I'll give you the top two that are on my list. Carson Beck from Miami to Georgia.
Meh. And Bradley, the last time we talked about Carson Beck, you heard what I had to say. And everybody that watches, if you haven't heard my take on Carson Beck, go back a couple episodes, and you will hear my full spiel on Carson Beck. I don't trust that he's going to stay healthy. That's what's a meh. We saw how it ended at Georgia. Robbie?
I'm going intrigued. I don't know where he's going to throw the ball.
Okay. Bradley?
Yeah, I'm intrigued as well. I'm intrigued as well.
And I'm assuming John Mateer is number one.
No, actually, well, he's on my list, but actually Nico was number one. But
I'll let Robbie go first with this one because he's the Tennessee fan. Robbie?
You know what? I'm going to say this about Nico. He needs to work a lot. I think, to be honest, I think Joey Aguilar is going to have a better season than Nico Iamaleava.
Okay, so what's your...
I'm intrigued because UCLA is just in a tough conference.
Okay, Bradley?
yeah, I'm intrigued as well. He made the move from the SEC to the Big Ten. So now it's time to put up and shut up. Put your money where your mouth is. Let's see how big of a quarterback you're on when you change conferences. For a conference that's known for their defense, which the Big Ten is.
Yes, I'm also intrigued as well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get to our coach's hot seat. Bradley has the list of the coaches that are on the hot seat, and we will say whether they're cold, Warm, hot, or on fire?
Oh, I didn't get that. I didn't get that list. Sorry, buddy. Hang on a minute. I can pull it up real quick. I didn't forgot to print that one out. Let me see. But I can bring it up right here. On the hot seat. Here we go.
Sam
So
Pittman's got to be on there.
let's start with Brent Venables at Oklahoma.
Cool. Only
Warm.
because I'm saying cool because I think he finally has the quarterback that he needs to win games.
Okay, Bradley.
I'd say warm. If they can somehow have a decent season and beat Texas, then maybe the seat gets a little cooler. But he's got to beat Texas to start with this year.
I'm going to go one step further and say lukewarm.
Okay.
Now, if they start to lose games, that seat will easily get hotter.
If they if he loses week 2 against Michigan, I could easily move him up a notch.
Okay, next one
is Hugh Freeze at Auburn.
Robbie, go ahead.
Smoking hot.
Wow. Okay. What? Explain why.
He just hasn't produced well at Auburn.
Okay, Bradley.
And you know what? Jackson Arnold had a chance at Oklahoma, and he did not succeed. So what else can he do at Auburn?
Okay, Bradley.
I'd say hot as well. He's had 2 7-loss seasons. That's not going to work in Alabama.
I'm also going to say hot as well for the same reason you said. 2 7-loss seasons. That's not okay. Next one.
Sam Pittman, Arkansas.
On fire, and there's the scapegoat is on the staff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all three of us know who the scapegoat in this situation is.
Yep.
On fire.
Bradley.
It's on fire, and then like Alex said, the replacement's on staff, so it's not gonna.
And I do we even need to say the replacement's name?
Bobby Petrino.
Yep. Thank you for saying it, Robbie. I was just about to say it, but it. Bradley, next one.
Billy Napier at Florida.
Warm. Very warm.
Okay.
Almost cold.
Can I be honest? I'm going to say warm, but Florida's got a stretch of like 5 games where they play LSU, Miami, Texas, Ole Miss, and there's one more in between that game.
USF, second week of the season.
I think Georgia's in that 5-week schedule too. Can Billy Napier win any of those big games this year?
I think he wins all of them, but it might be close against USF.
You think he beats Texas? You think Florida beats Texas?
Is it at the Swamp this year?
No, it's in Austin. It is at the Swamp.
Bradley, you step in here.
It's in Austin. I think it's warm. They have a gauntlet at the end of the season that they have to go through with Georgia and Texas and all that stuff. And again, they have, week 2 against USF and week 3 against Miami. It's not going to be easy. So, yeah, I would say warm.
And then week 4 against LSU. I mean, it's not going to be easy for Billy Napier.
Correct.
Next one.
Luke Fickell in Wisconsin.
Oh, he on fire. Burning hot, as a matter of fact.
I gotta go
Robbie?
burning hot. I'm gonna go burning hot.
Okay. And Bradley, to wrap it up.
Yeah, I agree. He's in trouble. It might be time for a new head coach in Wisconsin.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up tonight's episode of the Saturday Night Lights podcast. We will see everybody. Well, we won't see Bradley next week, but you'll probably see me next week and maybe Robbie.
Yep.
But in the meantime and in between time, we are signing off. Have a wonderful rest of your night, everyone.
Have a good night,
Yeah.
everyone, and have a fun college football week 1.
Yes.